Yes, we're here again this morning, early morning. Well, not too early, about 10 o'clock. It's 10, actually going on 11. But we got some news to get out to you guys, and of course, in my business segment and slash crypto. So let's get in and check it out. Let's get it. Assalamu alaikum, people. Peace and blessings, and keep up the lessons. This is none other than your brother Taalib from the Brother Taalib Show. I'm here this morning to try to take my time out. And it's funny because I woke up and I was in and out of sleep for a little bit because I came in, I come in from work for my third shift job, and try to get as much rest as I can. And then I wake up, because I wanted to see, what was going on with my wife and everything. We was talking, but then I looked over at my phone after I had took a nap and then woke up, trying to talk to her, and I saw the message that was there that was talking about from another viewer, a YouTuber or a person that's a YouTube enthusiast and a person who's an investor and the whole nine, all of it. And he put his video out and it was on emergency terms. Like, I was like, what the heck is going on? What happened? I'm wondering, like, something major happened in crypto or something like that. So that I needed to check it. So I checked it and found out that the news that I already had prepared for today was he was speaking of it. But, I'm here for my viewers and I'm here to give you what I know as well. And you might not have seen his video and what have you. But the news is free. No one owns it. There's no, NFTs for the news right now as far as what's going on in the crypto space. But it's really great news. It's great news. He did a good job, speaking about it. I'll post, I can't remember, it's Dixon, something Dixon. Can't remember his name. I'll post it up. So because I always give shout. I'm not like some of these YouTubers that are like more competition with each other and they want to be the first to post and they have to get the news is free. Like I said, whoever gets it out, gets it out. There's so many viewers. There's so many people who, and if you're sincere and it's not about just a view and it's not about you getting, more views and you're getting yourself to a level where you feel so great about yourself, plus you get a high number of subscribers and all this types of stuff. For me, it's not about that. It's about really getting it out to the people, getting people to know, because the more the merrier. As when you deal with as we dealing in business, just business alone, innovation in business is major, but dealing with the crypto space, innovation, adoption is major, and it's very integral. It's an integral need that we have right now. We need the adoption. We need the innovation to be able to evolve and go further and push into the future for cryptocurrency industry, or digital currencies such as NFTs, and then getting into the metaverse and all that. So basically, this is very important. So, you shouldn't be on this, I'm battling this person, I'm trying to do better than him, I'm trying to put as much as more news than this other YouTuber, and no, let's get it out. Let's get it out. Okay, so let's get it out. Basically, and I'll post it up so you can see it. Of course, it's in my email. This is what's going on, okay? El Salvador to create a Bitcoin city. Wow. Use 500 million of, let me try to get it going, planned 1 billion bond offering to buy more crypto. Okay. So it says the issuance of the tokenized bond, which was developed by Blockstream, will be processed by Bitfinex. Okay, so this is major. And we already know that El Salvador made a major move just making Bitcoin their ledger. making Bitcoin legal tender for their country, the actual legal currency in their country. So it's major, and the other things that go with this, as it says, El Salvador, the only country which made which Bitcoin is legal tender, is going to build an entire city based on the largest cryptocurrency by market value. President Nayib Bukele told a raucous crowd, which is this a rowdy crowd, in a Saturday night presentation at Bitcoin Week in El Salvador. So they got Bitcoin Week. You see what I'm saying? They're really adopting. They're really making innovation go forward. They're adopting. They're playing a major role in pushing what? Bitcoin and just cryptocurrencies, period. I mean, Bitcoin is the leader. We know this. Bitcoin is the first. We know this. Bitcoin is like the father, or like the reserve currency for all the cryptocurrencies, you know what I mean, to go forth. And the only ones that we know when regulation comes, and more especially in America, let alone other countries that have done regulation, are actually doing regulation, because they are, it's a lot of fear. And I got another news, about someone in the high profile area of politics that has said what they said, and we'll get into that. But Bitcoin, as it says, the Bitcoin city will be located along the Gulf of Fonseca. I think it's Fonseca, near a volcano. The government plans on locating a power plant by the volcano to provide energy for both the city and Bitcoin mining, the president said. So they're going to be using not thermonuclear, but it's the same function, thermal. It's a thermal source of power that's going to be extracted from the volcano, and processed into energy, so they can do their mining, and the mining will function from that energy, and not like be taking energy from the country's grid or what have you, and causing outages and all other types of bad consequences and things that happen when Bitcoin mining goes on and it's not properly managed. There's no management as far as energy is concerned. It's not very energy efficient, and that's always been a thing, and that's always and still an argument or discussion from governments, let alone and even look at China shut Bitcoin down for that reason. But again, we know that Bitcoin is the lead and Bitcoin is the top, so it needs to be refined. It needs to be, things have to be done so that it can be managed, so it can continue on. I mean, I've never been against Bitcoin. I've been regretful that I didn't jump in when I had the chance when it was in the beginning, because I might not be in my situation right now. But Qadarullah wa ma shaa fa'ala, again, as I always say, it's the will and the qadar and the ordainment of Allah that I'm in where I'm in, and I'm not wealthy, and I'm not doing like the other people who invested in it. It is what it is, and I got to make sure that I'm accepting that all the time, because that's part of my belief. But anyway, back to the point. Until my time comes, inshallah, and I'm working on that. So basically, again, as it says, to continue, according to Bukele, Bitcoin City would be a full-fledged metropolis with residential and commercial areas, restaurants, and an airport, as well as a port and rail service. The city will be laid out in a circle like coin, and the city center will be a plaza that will be a host to a huge Bitcoin symbol. The city will have no income, property, capital gains, or payroll taxes. Check that out. And I mean, I know there's going to be plenty of people from here who are big in business and this and that and running there. I mean, matter of fact, the guy who was talking, Dixon, I think is his last name, he was speaking about Max, can't remember his name, but he's a Bitcoin maximalist. and he's out there, and he's been doing some works with them at this Blockstream organization that, as it says, El Salvador intends to create security laws um, and grant a license to Bitfinex Securities to process the insurance. I'm sorry, this thing is acting up here. Excuse me. I gotta get it right. Okay. Come on now. Come on, mouse. Insurance of Blockstream. Okay. And he said this in a release. Blockstream's chief strategy, his name is Samson Mao. Blockstream's chief strategy officer told, I'm sorry, hold on. Get it again. The audience that the 1 billion in tokenized bonds will be 10-year and US dollar dominated and paid 6.5% initially. Following a lockup period of 5 years, El Salvador will start to sell its cryptocurrency holdings and pay an added dividend to bondholders, Mo said. Or Mao, or whatever. I think it's Mao. But, pretty much I'm going to just leave it from there just to expound on it. And this is a map that shows where El Salvador is at near my mother's country. As I told you, some of you guys, I mentioned my mother from Honduras. But El Salvador is on point right now. And we better know as an inspiration for African countries in Africa, as well as in the Arab Muslim lands, and even here in America. But America, we know what it is. There's too much Gestapo, too much powers that be that are not having it like that. Not going to have that freedom that way. And that's just what it is. So welcome to America. Anyway, let's get into that. And we hope that America doesn't stifle and starts to realize that stifling innovation is going to stifle America. And it's, business and everything. I mean, we're going into a new era, and the era is digital. And we have to accept it, or we're going to take the loss. We're going to be behind. And, this is the only sadness and unfortunate situation right now, and there's a lot of fear. And now to go into the fear and the bad news in a sense, but it's not too much bad news. But you have the news of Hillary Clinton, is who I was saying earlier, the high profile person that is in politics that, used to be, the security, I forgot her position. Right now it's early morning. My brain is still working, waking up. The Secretary of I think Defense, if I'm correct, or Secretary of State or whatever like that. Anyway, she y'all remember her position before she went into where she's at now. Says cryptocurrency has potential to destabilize nations and traditional currencies. We've heard this from plenty of them. And we've heard this even when I mentioned about England, they would make one of the, I think it was ambassadors or whatever. I don't know if prime ministers or something like that. And they made a statement kind of similar to get the governments in the nation states to start, watching out for cryptocurrency because it's coming after you. It's coming after your traditional currency system, such as the fiat monies, the fiat system. Okay, the reserve, in America, because the American dollar is the reserve, global reserve currency. This fear of dethroning these powers, the powers that be. It's ridiculous that it's like kids games, like playing, Strategio or playing Battleship. You know what I mean? We have to make these moves. You got to be watching. Oh, okay, be careful. Not the fact that they're trying to create ease and function for those who are unbanked, for those who don't have, the have-nots. They're not worrying about that. They're worrying about losing their power. and control over the people and control on how money should be distributed and given to the people. That's she's part of them, you know. So what do you expect? Hillary Clinton. Go to sleep, get into your chair, and live the rest of your life out aging, and that's it. Leave everybody alone. Shut your mouth. You know, this is what she needs to do. But people like that, they get me upset. Forgive me, you know. But anyway, so the next thing that I wanted to speak about was it's good. It's just showing how Ripple and XRP is the future. Not just Bitcoin, but XRP. Even I was listening to a guy, and I'm going to finish up as quick as possible. And he's a guy who does videos and has his own books out, named Isaiah Jackson. And he's mashallah, you know. Well, I mean, this guy is very intelligent. He's very well aware and well informed about cryptocurrencies. He has a background. He has a technology background. This and like this. This is good. He said one thing he did say, and he was mentioning when he was talking about Bitcoin, he was talking about, you know, when the guy who was interviewing him was saying, give 3 things. I think it was 3 things that you can say that we as our viewers and African Americans as a whole, and specifically as they were speaking in that particular talk, that what should they not do? What are the things that you don't want to do? And one of the things that stuck with me, some of this other stuff was fine, I don't need to mention. You can watch this video if you want. But one of the things that stuck with me was that he said that, you know, like the altcoins and all the smaller valued coins should not be loved. And I'm not saying that you should love any cryptocurrency. You're not supposed to love anything but your creator and yourself, your family, and from there, you know. But loving anything physical, oh, wait a minute, be careful. But you know, but he used that as, I guess, it's a symbolism of how people really are so, you know, enthralled and you know, stuck on these things with the cryptocurrencies and saying this was ours and we're the army of this and we're the community of this and this is our group, you know, grouping and everything, like, you know, or partisanship, you want to say. But basically, in which I try to stay away from. I mean, I love XRP. I mean, not to the love point, but excuse me. I don't love it, but I mean, I am very enthusiastic about cryptocurrency. That's better to say about cryptocurrency, but XRP in particular because of its utility, because of its usage case, and its future that it has. Okay, and very, very, very interested in knowing that and being aware that it's the chance that it's gonna make me wealthy enough, at least to get out of my situation, you know, and get to a better situation that I would like to be in, remove myself and go into, you know, making hijrah and the likes of this. But for the people who don't know it enough, then, you know, like himself, you need to understand what's his foundation, what does it start out from, and then how did it come to be, and what is its function, and that it has a functionality, that the type of function that it has goes globally. Then this is something more than just a smaller, as he mentioned, he said a smaller type of cryptocurrency, and it has and it's, you know, skepticism about it because it's, you know, it's not really sure that it can be a well, you know, evolved cryptocurrency, or a cryptocurrency that can become well, you know, more in value, put it that way, you know, than that which it is, because it's smaller. You know, and that was like, I was like, you didn't need to bring it like that. And I at first thought, because I was listening to him all that time, that he wasn't going to mention XRP. He mentioned other cryptos that you can get involved in and stuff like that. Of course, Ethereum, which was under Bitcoin. But cryptocurrencies, if they have utility, if they have a functionality, if they have a place in the usage case of things when it comes to our lives, then you should not leave it out and say, oh, it doesn't really, you know, have a place. There's not clearly a chance that it can make it and be able to function. because it has a function. It's a cross-border payment system. It's a cross-border payment currency, XRP. So, and that makes me feel good. And when I hear stuff that I've heard, and as far as news again, and to finish up, um, what is it? What I was going to say? Oh, on October 21st, what happened with Ripple, if you didn't hear of it, probably some of you might have heard because that's back last month. But it just came to mind and came to my eye about Trangelo, which is a Malaysian-based cross-border payment provider. And Trangelo launched its first on-demand liquidity, ODL, service on RippleNet. So that's done. That's adoption. That's more innovation for Ripple and XRP. Boom. There's more going on, okay? And then you have what I mentioned about, actually I didn't mention about them, Pakistan, LuLu Financial Group, which is also an exchange, is connected itself in doing cross-border payment, work together, of course, and creating this function going back and forth their countries, Bank Alfala, which Ripple is the one who's assisting them in this cross-border payment functions. Pakistan and UAE, okay, United Arab Emirates. So this is very good too, especially for us like Muslims. That we want to be in these countries, make hijrah and go to these countries. UAE, which I know several brothers, Muslim brothers that are there. People who are not even Muslim travel there. We know that. They go there and they do their, vacationing and stuff like that. Rich people especially. And then you got Pakistan, okay? Those who want to make hijrah or go to Pakistan or visit or whatever. And they want to use cross-border payments to send money back if they stay there for months or in months and into as far as longer than that even. And they need to do transactions with money without having to use their bank and then have all that time for them to take to get the money to the people they're trying to get the money to, when they can use the cross-border payment system. ODL, on-demand liquidity. Yes, we go. That's where we want to go. That's where we want it to go. And I'm thanking everybody for listening. Keep in the loop. Don't forget to subscribe, and to click the like button and share my videos. Like I said, I'm all about getting it out and share it, share alike. That's what the share means. It means to share it to other people, give to other people, because you want other people to know, especially people who are close to you, and be in the loop. Some of the stuff that I bring out, everybody don't know in your family or even my family. There are some people in our families and some people that we know as friends or acquaintances or co-workers at jobs and stuff that you might have a good relationship, and you might want them to understand and get a gist and learn about what's coming into the future, which is going to change the whole financial system. It's here. It's not going to stop, and it's going to change the financial system no matter. Even if the governments or regulation comes in and they want to kill out some of the cryptos, but they're going to still be cryptos, as well as their digital currencies for their governments, because it's here. You have a whole country made Bitcoin legal tender, and other countries are following behind. And you have countries who have CBDCs, which don't really have the same, it's not the same as cryptocurrency, but it's still digital currency. It still has that same connection with blockchain technology. So, these are knowledges and things that you want to know. This is what you want to get to understand, so you can know where your money is going to be going to, how your money is going to be functioning. Don't be just like, how did this happen? What is this? I don't understand. And you're sleeping, and you're just like how when like the old people, when the ATM thing came, their young people and their family had to show them how to use it, or smartphones had to show them. Some of them still don't know how to use it. We don't want to be like that. And the people who are not even old are going to be that way when the reset comes, when they change the system. because it's happening as we speak. So wake up, people. Yeah, it's morning. So wake up. Okay. So thanks for listening. I'll speak to y'all soon again, inshallah. I may be doing another video this afternoon sometime if I have the chance and I'm not too tired. I got to go to work today as well, this evening. So, but have a good day, and may the peace and blessings be upon you, and keep up the lessons. Take care. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.